we've got a car off in sector 3, and that is Vokic spinning out as Walkadinho finally will see a probably more tier 1 like lap time with a 17.9 at a 116, maybe up to 115 already. As then Jericho rounds the final corner, it's not going to be a 115, it's actually a 117.1, which is the fastest lap time currently. As we've got João Silva spinning out, and now trying to get back on track, has to be careful not to block someone who's currently on a lap. That is, yeah, that is Jericho passing Cruz, that is fine. And he's back as normal. Has got plain cookie on a lap time. 50.8 through the second sector. Now he's going to have to watch out. They've got wheels just letting him through, and as he spins on the curb, that is one that you have to be careful with, because it's really easy to just lose the back end there. As we're quickly going to cut back to Hemi, who's about to end their lap. You're going to see where is it going to be. It's a 116.5 and half a second faster than Jericho. So here we've got the real laps coming in. And there we go. So as Q1 completes, as said, Hemi in P1, you've got Jericho, Folly, Ririne, Extinct, Gadawin, Cody, Milos, Golden Flame, LBU, and Rohan in the top 11, because I somehow didn't say 10. And then we've got, obviously, the guys knocked out from the session. We've got Naismith, Ayan, Walkadinho, Finkenade, and Chaco Silva. You've still got 15 drivers left for Q2, and that is going to be the special one. Are we going to see medium tyres finally getting thrown out? As Lee Craig, this is their TS slowly kicking in, but I'm pretty sure Lee Craig is actually on a lap, but he decides to use the alternate track layout to leave Jericho's space. He cuts the curb quite a lot, but obviously stays within the track limit, and he's going to cross the line. It's going to be a 115.8. It's going to be a 116.6. That is well and enough to get into Q3. So now playing cookie about to cross the line. Half a second up through sector 2. He's going to cross the line to go into P10. So currently is safe, but that could not be. But that could maybe not be enough. As Milos going to start off their second lap time now. So it is also out. So the only driver who can potentially put themselves into Q3 is going to be LBU. Needs to set a 117.4 to get into Q3, and is going to now lose a little bit of traction on the exit, but it's now the run down to the line, and it's going to be a 116.8. LBU is completely safe, and that is Extinct out in Q2. So Q2 finishes off with Jericho first, then we got Folly, Hemi, David, LBU closing up the top 5. Golden Flame, Marine, Rohan, Noise Job, and Gadawin finish out the top 10. So Extinct, Plain Cookie, Lee Craig, Milos, and Cody are out in Q2. Pretty decent lap time compared to Q1 and Q2. As he almost spins on that curb, manages to catch it quite nicely. That is going to be a big time loss though. He's going to head over to finish lap off, and he's going to validate on the curb. I think that is a double invalidation as well. The icing on the cake is that it's both laps invalidated. Another lap, and yes, that is him going to the pits. Now LBU crosses the line, and it's a 116.7, goes fastest currently. Has got Folly right behind him, preparing to smash that time. It's going to be a 116.6, only a tenth of a difference. Next up, Noise Job to cross the line, 116.9. Now for the curbs, don't cut too much. And yeah, this time goes conservative, doesn't cut as much. Manages to stay within the track limits. And that is going to be a 115.8. And we're seeing a 115 pop up again. That is a great lap to see. Maybe he could have gained a little bit more by cutting that curve as he usually does. But there we go, next drop cross line. Here's going to be a Rohan. And it's going to be a 116.4, goes second fastest currently. With a lap like that, as we're really going to go over to Ririne. I'm about to say their lap time looks to be somewhere around 16.7. and it's going to be a 16.5 actually, as we quickly jump over to Henny, who crosses the line into third place. Could have been P2, could have been close had it not been for that mistake, as LBU goes P2. And that is a crazy lap right here. That's going to have Folly now ending off their lap time 1:10 faster, and it's going to be actual P2 there. Amazing lap, as Golden Flame Pits hasn't been so normal. But there's not a lot of invalidations during the laps too, so track limits don't seem to be that much of an issue for these drivers. Obviously there were quite a few track limit penalties last week, or not last week but in the tier 2 race. In tier 1 got a lot less of it here. Ourselves up on the grid, and we're going to be hoping to get a pretty good camera look of the start currently there. Pretty horrendous, as it's somehow also lap 2, back to lap 1, back to Chaco in the lead. There we go, as we're going to be readying up, as it's 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go. And it looks to me like Jericho might have got the worst start, as there's a huge crash in the back. There's 2 cars already out, and now going into turn 1, David has actually moved up into the lead. And as there's a safety car now, and we've seen the repeat of the race yesterday with the P3 driver jumping into first place, but that is a huge crash in the back. To kill off the mediums a light bit instead of killing off the softs. It's going to be interesting to see how this restart goes, as now the safety car is on the way in, so we're just going to wait and see how it goes. I've got David closing the pack up. Of course, safety car glitch is still intact, so he has to wait before he goes. And he's going to slow down at the curb. This could be a potential penalty in case of contact. Still slowing down, still not going. There we go. And now David is off. Did he catch Jericho by surprise? Not by a lot, but Jericho was caught out a little bit, as LBU might be looking to make the move here. No, just can't close up enough, but there's already like a full 10 gap between LBU and Jericho. Seems like the restart went by smoothly, except for Lee Craig losing about 2 seconds, as we've got Gadwin spinning at turn 1, so that either could be just him spinning through the corners or contact that caused it, or attempts as such, as that's Aeon probably pitting, I think, or just having another spin. As here we go with the DIS now, Jericho's going to look for the move. David weaving around, trying to defend, but here we go, Jericho's going to pass cleanly, and not a lot to be done, as it's just the camera jumping. It's uncomfortable to know if the move actually works or not, but Jericho is through now. That's half a second of a gap. Can Henny actually edge that? Doesn't seem like it will, but we're going to have Holly Rohan. There's quite a DRS train here from Noise, or from LBU to Noise, as now Rohan's going to go for the move. They're going to go side by side into the turn, and that is a complete fine pass. As LBU is down into P5, but he's also going to lose the position to Folly as well. Just goes wide and loses the position. Has 2 places that he loses at right about the same point. It's interesting to see. And Jericho stays out still, so that is going to be difficult. The question is, can he keep the position? Gap is 4 tenths, but it's also DRS. And Henry, no ERS on either side, as he's just going to fly through. I've got Rohan pinning, however, so we've still got a few drivers still on the softs, but majority on the mediums, so that is Golden Flame spinning and getting passed by his teammate. Full lead as that Craig pitting, and Cody battling with Folly here. Cody currently P11, so only 1 position away from the points that he had to get, as he lets... Oh... He lets Folly through. Folly goes on the curve and spins, and also gets wing damage due to that. What size is he going to? Is it hards or is it softs? It's hards. So he's staying within the medium hard, which I don't know about that play. I don't know about that strategy call. Because now he most likely he gets out ahead of Jericho, but Jericho's just on the stronger tire for the majority of the race now. And the thing is, those mediums, they can go about 20 plus laps, so he didn't have to go that early. Now actually, Kanjo's slowing him down currently. So at the beginning it was pretty good to have him, but now it's starting to compromise his pace, and most likely now going to be the overtake. It actually not slows down. Was that contact that gave him damage, but that's just going to be Jericho going for the move there. And oh, the switchback! That doesn't work out, and almost spins it there. So that was an interesting situation. So Hemi misses the braking point, lightly goes into Cacho Silva, and then with the space left, Jericho just overtakes him, and that's going to be Hemi pitting, and that is damage. That is actual damage. And now, is it going to be mediums or is it going to be softs for the final stint as Jericho overtakes Cacho? Craig gets a 5-second penalty for crossing track limits and is out. And that's a safety car. And we've got a race again. LBU's pitting immediately as soon as he sees the opportunity, expecting Rohan to do the exact same and probably playing Cookie too. Lightly older soft, and then you've got Rohan and Walcadinho on mediums. But obviously the penalty screen, I guess, is the more important one here, as the penalty is going to be the big thing starting here, the big deciding factor. So 5 laps to go. Jericho's going to take as much time as possible waiting for the safety car to get into the pits, and still waiting, and he's gone. And that is well enough. So he's got the restart completely fine as Extinct manages to get 3 seconds right after the restart. Rareen tries to close up, can't do it. Noyes trying to close up David, can't do it. So no moves done yet at the restart, but you got Walcadinho trying to overtake playing Cookie, and he's going to get the move done. But now the question is, how does the battle escalate on the exit? And is Ganowin the one to actually win out from this? As they both go really wide, and that is Walker in the wall. That is something yet again that's going to be probably looked at post-race. He's got Hemi overtaking Extinct up ahead, and they are still battling. They're still going at it. Through sector 2 now, they're still side by side. But yeah, eventually they have to break off the fighting, and Hemi is ahead. And David's right behind Rareen, and the RS is now activated for the final 3 laps. He's going to see a straight off fight until the end. And Extinct, he has gone extremely wide. He is down to P12, and now David goes defensive, and Hemi can't get the switchback done, but he actually does. And they're side by side now going into these turns. They're going to stick behind each other. And also, due to the Extinct situation, I think he must have gone damage. Cody is up into P11, and with the 6-second penalty, Cookie's actually in the points. That actually might be points for the Haas, but obviously we need to focus on the higher up bow here. As Hemi, looking to overtake David, is right behind him. This is such a frustrating situation for Hemi. He knows he is faster, he knows he can get the move done, but just can't get it yet. And now with the DRS, this is where it's going to go. This is where it has to go. And most likely Rareen might also get caught out due to not having DRS. Yep, moving to the sides. There comes one move, and Hemi tries to capitalize the side-by-side through the corner. Ooh, that is Rareen spinning. And Hemi hits him, but I don't think Hemi got damage. But that is obviously him having to slow down a lot more. And Rareen is down into P11 now. And that just most likely secures that Cody, in fact, is going to score points. At Sector 2. Keeps it going, but obviously can't fight for a lot more in the race. We're going to move up as Hemi has overtaken David. And they're still battling through Sector 2. Is there opening for a switchback? No. And Cacho now looking to overtake us. There's a full send from David. manages to not spin, but that is on the hair. That is so close. But yeah, that is a send. And he manages to keep it together. And this is, of course, the final lap. So are we going to see any big sends from Noyce, who's fighting to move up into P2 here? And he can't get it. Can't get it together. So he's probably going to have to stick here behind and get P3. As Hemi tries to run away as far as possible from the top guys. But he can't actually do it. And now for the final corners, Jericho, with a complete comfortable race, is going to cross the line to win the Spanish Grand Prix. As you're going to have Hemi finishing the race in P2, completely smashing his tyres off, and he's going to be full crumbling down now in terms of positions, as you're going to have a complete pile up at the back. But you're going to have King David getting a P2 on debut, Noyce Job in third place, LBU so close from a podium, Kachu in P5, Hemi all the way down to P6 due to the penalties, and you've got Rohan P7, Gado in P8, Plain Cookie getting the final point, but this man Cody actually manages to finish P9 to score points in Tier 1. Off the race, you've got Jericho in first place winning the race, getting the full 26 points ahead of Folly. And you've got David in P2, comfortable race from the rookie, and a great debut. Noyce Job finishing in P3, with a good podium there. LBU managing to get up into P4. We've got Cacho Silva in P5, Hemi in P6, Rohan P7, Gado in P8, Cody in P9, Rureen in P10, and then the out of points positions you've got Plain Cookie in what actually is P10 due to the 22nd penalty, and Rureen in P11, and you've got Extinct, Walkadino, Lee Craig, Foley, Golden Flame, Aeon, Thinkinade, Vote Kick, and Naismith